Nick Caserio, that's something that happened today. The Texans GM spoke to the media, pre-draft press conference. We've seen some of those. We'll see more of those as we get closer to the draft. Here is Caserio on the Deshaun Watson situation and his current status with the team.
We're not going to really get into a lot of hypotheticals and a lot of speculation. I'm not really good at that. Maybe somebody else is better than that than me. I mean, if you want to speculate, probably go buy Bitcoin and focus on that. So we're just going to focus on the things that we can control, which is kind of getting ready for the draft and trying to take advantage of the opportunities, continue to add to our team and build our roster. And we'll just take it one day at a time and focus on the things that we can control.
I'd say we're ready for a full-blown comedy night at Houston Texans headquarters. You can open with Nick Caserio, Then you bring out the big guns in Jack Easterby. What? The Bitcoin gag? If I'm going to speculate, I go buy some Bitcoin. He didn't even pause for people to not laugh, Myles. Come on.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like, I get what he was doing there. He's trying to lighten things up a little bit. But when you're talking about a guy who's facing 22 lawsuits for what he's facing those lawsuits for, I mean, I feel like we could have done without the joking there because it's a serious matter. And I know what he was doing, but, like, I don't know. Read the room if we're going to have a comedy night. Like, that, to me, is not the subject that we should be joking about.
Well, he learned his comedic timing and content from Jack Easterby, so
exactly.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that he went there. But on the more relevant point, he didn't get into anything, and he's not going to get anything about Deshaun Watson. Look, I continue to believe that unless Deshaun Watson finds a way to get these cases resolved before the start of training camp, I think he's showing up. I think he's showing up in anticipation of being placed on the commissioner's exempt list, because if he doesn't show up, he stands to lose $20 million this year between salary, fines, forfeitures, etc. If he does show up and gets put on the commissioner exempt list, which I think he will, if there's still, let's say, more than 5 of these cases pending, more than 5, I think he's probably on the commissioner exempt list. I hate to reduce it to numbers like that, but I think there's a point where if he whittles it down to like 2 or 3, maybe they'll go forward and not put him on paid leave. But I think where we are right now, if he settles none of these before training camp, I think he's going on the commissioner exempt list. He's going to get more than $10 million from the Texans to not play for them in 2021. Here's more from Caserio on whether he expects to see Watson in the offseason program in Houston.
It's a voluntary program, right? So players have the option to participate in the program. So it's a case-by-case basis, and each player will make the choice that they feel is best. What we're going to do is we're going to do what we've done actually the past couple of months. Like, the building's been open. We've had a multitude of players that have been in here. They come in the building, they test, they go in the weight room, they work out, they go through their process. So again, whatever players are here that choose to participate, like, that's their choice. And we're going to create as good of a working environment for the players as possible. So when they come here, they feel comfortable and they feel like they're improving as a Houston Texan football player. So that's what our focus is going to be on.
Man, I thought I used my hands a lot when I talk. Nevertheless, Deshaun Watson's not going to be there for the voluntary offseason program. He won't be there. He wasn't going to be there, and there's no reason for him to show or not show now, because I don't think if he shows up, they'd put him on the commissioner exempt list now. Maybe they would. I remember when Tyreek Hill got himself into an issue a couple of years ago, there was just kind of an agreement that he wouldn't be there for the offseason program, and then they took it up again at training camp, and he was able to attend. I just don't think it's going to be an issue. I don't think Deshaun Watson's going to show up for the offseason program, unless he thinks that that would force the league to put him on paid leave now, but I don't think that it would.
Interesting, because I would sort of think that if he does show up, I mean, I guess right now it kind of doesn't matter. And if he does show up, that's not for really at least another month, because nobody would really see him on the field until OTAs start, and that's in late May. So maybe it's going to be a moot point by then. Who knows? But I think it would be at least, I don't know. It would be a very interesting thing if he actually were there, and, you know, cameras would be able to either photograph him or take video of him on the field with his teammates doing drills while all of this is still going on. And we also know that he requested a trade and didn't ever want to play for the Texans again. I think that if he does show up, which who knows if he will or won't, that would create a very fascinating situation.
Yeah, I would guess that he's not, and the need to put him on paid leave would be minimal, because I doubt there'll be much media access to these offseason workouts because of the pandemic. The pandemic protocols still are in place, which means significantly restricted media access. And even if there's normal media access, it's not like they have fully open practices for reporters. There's a minimal period that's open, and then it's politely they're told, please leave.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.